Welcome back to another episode of Neon Leon. How are all you vinyl idols? And finally, welcome back to another episode of Neon Leon. How are all you vital idols doing? Let me tell you, it's been a day, it's been a week, it's been a season, but Merry post-Christmas to you all. Look at that. I don't even have all my proper stuff, so we need to make sure y'all can see your own chat. There we go. We'll get that going. All right. Wait, where's the chat? There's the chat. You need to make sure that you're being acknowledged, that I can see you. If you haven't noticed, it's been a day. It went from New Blackstreet to Angry Badger to here. Streams abound, so hopefully there is never any short of content for you guys. But it's Friday night. It's post the holidays. We all can get back into that nice weekend normalcy before we hit back to our regular jobs and lives throughout the course of the week. But we will give you one more weekend of just full-on escapism, relaxation, fun, wit, charisma. By the way, for fun, wit, and charisma, you're probably wanting Cinny. And the Big Titty Dragon Goddess is in fact paywalled. But before we get into any of that, let's see what beautiful bastards are here today. We got Jeremy Hughes Review. How you doing, my man with a plan? Spectral Heartless is here. Owl Hootie Hoot. Demon Carol. Jack SG2s. Old Chimp Kringle. You and I gonna have some voids, son. You and I gonna have some voids. We got a boy Chris, the blue collar loser. Indolent Imp. Indolent Imp. I can never get your name right, but I dig it. So shout out. Crovax is here. Again, Jake motherfucking Martin, 1,000 men. So about having the voids. Leon is the worst Resident Evil main character. Well, to that I say, you know what? You have earned your favorite clip.
I know now that it could never work between us. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
Yeah. How you like that? How you like them apples, Eric? So yeah, shout out. Now I appreciate you, homie. Thank you so much for the 4-banger. We got Wire to Bly up in the house. Wheels. Fat Roller is up in this bitch. Tailfin 59. I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen you, Tailfin. How you doing? UAF Omega is here. Seabrew coming in with the Badger Raid. Excellent Badger Raid. I knew we'd be doing it. I don't know why I didn't even say any thank you. Yes, great show over with Badger's Bastards over there. Thank you so much for the raid. We had a hell of a time. How you doing, Seabrew? And following over from that raid, our boy Jake motherfucking Martin, my man. Thank you so much. It is truly appreciated. $10 super sticker with the sunglasses and the controller. He comes for these shows, but let's be real. Jake's here for tinfoil haters and the analog horror streams, which I do have an idea for what tomorrow's analog horror stream is. And you'll look into a little bit more, but it's going to be something interesting. So make sure to join for that. But yes, Jake, obviously we gotta give you your clip. Let's see, where is it? Right here it is.
You know what? You just made the list. Oh no!
Oh, here we go.
All right, Silver B liking his ear. Anjuna Main, 3 Expression Warrior up in his bitch. Miss Sparkles is here. What is up, Miss Sparkles? We got the Stream Elements bot. Thank you very much for doing your job in the background. The True Aztec Warrior is here. We got obviously bots on Kick. All right, let's see. And then Sal the Hamster. I think that might be it. Yes, you'll love to see it. That is everyone. Awesome. All right. General housekeeping for the day. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I've been feeling a bit under the weather for the last couple of days, but obviously with all the hustle and bustle of Christmas and whatnot, haven't really been able to get any rest. So unfortunately, there will be no tier 1 today. We'll still do a tier 2 and tier 3. If we hit those numbers, we'll spin a wheel for a watch party, a Sunday special stream, the whole 9. But I just don't have the energy to extend the show and bring everybody on. I apologize. I know it sucks. It's the last Neon Leon of the year, but I'm kind of dying. So, yes, hopefully you guys understand. I truly appreciate it. And then as for, the big titty dragon goddess, the she in the back, she pressing the buttons. Cindy is here, but she paywalled because we don't give out the goods for free. We're still a very capitalist nation up in this bitch. So, hit that 50 and we bring her out. Guys, we got a hell of a show for you. Bringing back that peak 2024 energy. White supremacists are ruining gaming. So, let's just get right into that. White supremacy, man, really brings back them sweet baby ink vibe days. I've never heard of this clown, TTBN Gaming, but a few of my contemporaries, LG, Atreus, all, and they've had interactions with this clown. I want to show you guys just like a general idea of what his ex is like before we even get into his video. So, had my account temp suspended for 12 hours because someone told me to basically die and I responded in kind. Yep, I feel like there's more to it than that. Hear me out. And we got a Gungan with a nose ring. Even the Gungans aren't free of like the mental illness brigade. All right, let's see. What are some of his other? Oh, do you think the attractiveness of female characters in video games affect player numbers? The video I did pretty much covers this. Well, it's funny because the video is what we're going to be talking about. So yes, this dude is a race grifter, and we are going to get into the race grift. Before we do, I've just been informed by Cindy that in lieu of tier 1 for extending the show, if we hit a hundo, she will put on her maid outfit. So if y'all want to bring Cindy out and then see her in a maid outfit, you know what to do. Cindy, thank you so much for giving the people what they love, but at a cost. Alrighty. White supremacy is ruining gaming discourse. Let's be entertained. By the way, I've been reliably informed this guy has a major lisp, so if he sounds retarded, I mean, look at that hair. It's because he is.
You know who this is. But if you need a reminder, hi, it's me, your boyfriend / girlfriend / day friend, favorite content creator. And we are...
Okay, I swear to you guys, I've not seen any of this so far. I've never even heard any of this guy's videos. We are 9 seconds in, and that's how he started it. We eaten so good this last week of the year. Let's go.
At the end of the year, essentially. We have like 2 more weeks, then the year's over. And I just wanted to say, it has been an interesting year, to say the least. I have felt the shift. I made a video on it, but I felt the shift in the gaming sphere, especially online, of people just really tired of this shit.
Yeah, I'm really tired of this shit as well. I'm tired of race grifters who can't make an articulate point to save their lives, pretend that individuals like myself or Atreus or LG or Hypno or Smash JT are somehow the evil gaming white supremacist antichrist. I'm sick of that as well. I'm sick of people like you. But what I'm not sick of is Jake motherfucking Martin coming in with 5 Words of Paradise gifted memberships. You absolute legend, homie. You didn't need to. You did. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to give you one of today's 2 new clips. That's right. I did update 2 new clips for the channel. And considering what we're watching, I think this one should be the one we play.
Call it whatever, but if I made $1 for each time I made a racist joke, I would actually have $0. Because I'm not joking.
Based? Based? Hello?
There you go. That was for you, Jake. New clip, shout out. Thank you so much. For another 5 memberships, we will do the other new clip I made for the day. But yeah, shout out to you guys that put certain sections of some of those in the Discord that I spliced together. All right, let's keep going.
And by this shit, I of course mean this anti-woke slop factory ass content that people have been peddling hard this past year. I came upon a video from a man called
This dude obviously has no idea what he's talking about, because he just said this anti-woke slop content is being peddled this year. Now, I don't know how long y'all been in the trenches of the online culture war, but this sort of content has been around since about 2015, give or take. Ever since the advent of Gamergate, when you had Sargon of Akkad, Chris Raygun, some black guy. Obviously, it later evolved into things like Nerdrotic, and Geeks and Gamer. It gave rise to people like Hypno, myself. This has been around about a decade of content on the internet. It's been some of the most stable content on YouTube because there's always shit happening at the precipice of the cultural war we're on. So again, this guy has no fucking concept of what he's talking about. However, man who does have a concept, Tricky's thoughts today. My man, 10 gifties, you absolute fucking legend. Well, for one, that means we're going to get a Cine appearance. That alone right there brings out Cine. So I'll get your clip queued up, and then we'll have the broad come on out. Tricky, this is for you.
There's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, you touch them back.
Get touched, folks. Get touched. Cine.
I think
my girl, my partner. How you feeling?
I think that clip is something that this guy might appreciate, but he would probably take it in the wrong context.
Yeah, he would appreciate it in a way that's like, oh yes, I would love the blue hedgehog to touch me in a place that I can't go off and think in public. Was that impression?
It was good. It was excellent. A little bit more lisp was needed, but it was excellent.
Sorry. Cine, my girl. Tell people who you are and what you do.
Well, hey guys, I'm Cine. I am also a little bit sleepy today. However, I do have a new costume for all you cuties, and I would love to debut it here today. So
it's never been shown up before. You be debuting it live on this show?
You are correct.
Oh, chat. I mean, you know what you gotta do. Yeah, I mean, fuck. Have I seen this one? Because you showed me a lot of costumes.
No, I might have showed it to you.
Because I don't think I've seen it, but maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get the chat to figure out what's going on in that costume. But until then, you got any thoughts about this content or this guy's idea, his anything about this video so far, his opinions, anything before we hit play?
Well, clearly this man has not been paying attention because, we were never woke originally.
Well, paying attention. He ain't even been looking in a fucking mirror. Look at the do.
That guy, I'm already assuming he can't take care of himself, and this is clearly green screen. So, I mean, like, this looks too coordinated for this kind of man.
Well, let's hit play.
Tony Sino talking about how grifters ruin gaming. And of course he's right. And you want to know how I know that he's right? Because all the grifters jumped onto this the second their Roach and King mentioned it.
So it's kind of like you jumping onto it as well. So he makes a video, a bunch of other people make a video, then you make a video. Like, again, pot calling the kettle African.
It's a common problem with the people who are identifying as the woke. They lack self-awareness.
Right. We're under no delusion about what we do, but the difference between them and us is like, hey, we'll say, here's X, Y, Z thing that's bad, at least in our opinion is bad. Make your decision, choose how you spend your money, whatnot. But then also, here's a bunch of shit we love. How many gaming streams have you done of games you've never played, or maybe games you have played but you've been going through or whatnot? But how many new experiences have you had this year just on, because this is your first truly full year on YouTube. How many new experiences have you had that you have just been super fucking positive about in terms of gaming?
Oh man, quite a bit actually. I think most of it that made me feel super positive was actually with Expedition 33. It felt like there was a light at the end of the tunnel of this massive
So I didn't
bullshit
say Metal Gear
slop.
Solid because Jesus Christ, your Metal Gear Solid playthrough was fucking cancer.
I was terrible. I should have you do more
Suddenly-
push-ups with E33.
Yeah, that would be a way to help me get in shape.
Tons of videos being made about this guy when they previously had never even seen this person's content before, which means he's doing something right. But that
No, that's just because you're getting a lot of attention from people didn't give you attention before doesn't mean you're doing a lot of shit right. Like after Ted Bundy, got arrested for viciously murdering a bunch of people, he was getting a lot of attention, but that don't mean that he was right for, again, viciously murdering a bunch of broads.
No, that's true. But I mean, like again, these people would require to do some kind of work or educate themselves in some capacity, and that's too much work. So,
I mean, well, when you look at the guy, does he look like the type of folk that looks like he's into doing a lot of work?
I mean, he can't even work with his hair, so no.
I was gonna say, yeah, homie hasn't put in the work to do a clean fucking shave. Like,
that got me thinking about a post I made on Twitter, I think a couple of weeks ago at this point, that I kind of just forgot about. And that was a response to those prompts, but usually it's like a engagement bait, right? It's like, oh, here's something, what's your favorite game coming up, yada, yada, yada. But this one in particular was, what is something that'll have you, what's a gaming take that'll have people like looking at you like this? I'm posting on the screen right now, so
so what's a gaming opinion that has you like this? And he puts, white supremacy has ruined gaming discourse. Now, mind you, to these dudes, everything is white. Like you know how Candace Owens, if it rains, she'll blame Israel. That's what these dudes are like with white supremacy. It's like, holy shit, thunder! The fucking whites are at it again, which is bullshit because we all know it's the Jews that control the weather. Like,
No, but the lightning turns the sky white, so clearly it's white supremacy.
holy shit, you figured it out. That was actually kind of fucking brilliant. You're right. So I'm sorry, you're white.
Remembering it, there you go. And you can see my response, which was, white supremacy is ruining gaming discourse or online gaming discourse. And again, I was immediately proven right. The comments you're seeing right now are the good ones, but I'm going to link. Now that's been a long enough time, I'm going to.
Okay, wait. Misogyny, these are the good ones. So apparently he wasn't being ironic. Misogyny 2, like what the fuck mean you're growing up and crying because there's a woman in the game? Okay, that doesn't happen. It's also actively ruining the entire world. That's not true. I'll do you one better. White supremacy has ruined gaming. Obviously, that's not true. White supremacy ruins everything it touches. Everyone knows that, besides the obvious. I mean, I can't think of anything that white supremacy has really ruined because white supremacy isn't actually a legitimate threat. How the hell do you get so bad that mentioning this gets everybody mad at you? This isn't even a hot take. Well, I mean, people are mad at it because, again, it's not true. You basically can't dislike anything popular without Hitler Cunny 1488 jumping in like your friends. Sucks how much the far right has dominated video game critique in the last 8 years. Yes, the far right has dominated gaming.
All I can
it.
think is citation needed.
Yeah, for all of these, yes.
Yeah, all of them.
These, citation needed. But if the far right has dominated gaming, then why is this a thing? Why is this about to exist? I mean, because I'm pretty sure this is not at all what the far right would have come up with.
I mean, no, because that's why I say citation needed. They just come up with shit on the fly, and then they're like, "Oh, but you know what we're saying."
Yeah, when these blacks all get together and get a bunch of citations, it's not usually the kind that they it's the sort of kind they need to show up for court for, wearing an ill-fitting suit.
Oh, maybe that's why they never have one. They're just confused about what it means.
Right? Yeah, different kind of citation.
To link my tweet to this video, so you guys can click on it for yourself and see how immediately right I was. And that's what I want to talk about today.
By the way, yeah, we'll go back.
Right I was.
Now, what are the odds that the individual that made this wasn't even a white dude? Most likely someone from like Pakistan or something.
I feel like this is something Atreus or Kata would make for their stream.
let's find out if we can see where this particular individual is from. All right, so it's BBNets 557. Is that what? Hold on. BBNets 517. My bad.
Yeah, but does that mean they made it or they just showed it?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure, but joined. So here's an overview of their account. 34 following, 5 followers. So literally a nobody. Doesn't even have this is very obviously what seems to be a bot account. Let's see. All right, account based in the United States. All right, fair enough. So it's based in the United States, but again, yeah, that's a bot account. Let's see. Do you have anything better for us? Let's see what the next one he shows is.
That's beautiful.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
Nisakoi 1515. Let's check that one. All right, Nisakoi 1515 follows 411 people, 44 followers. So again, absolutely nobody. Internet slop sucker, MMA junkie, gainfully employed patriot, USA in this hoe. I mean, USA in this hoe sounds to me like this could actually be a black. So yeah, this one's based in the United States, but I don't know. This might be a black. Let's see. Merry Christmas to everyone, even the Indians. So you're saying they ought to apologize, retweeted that. Yeah, to me, to grapple with robust ideas, must have a sufficiently deep worldview not to be afraid of opposition. The left know they are weak. So they must make every antagonist cardboard count to push down. I mean, again, he's just reposting shit. Yeah, why are you pretending like this is some major individual on here? Like, again, this is a nobody.
It's what I want to talk about today.
Okay, so yeah, those are the only tweets that he's showing. But all right, so far, this dude is coping to the max, throwing a bitch fit over posts that got no engagement from absolute nobodies. You want to know who isn't an absolute nobody, though? Is Tricky's Thoughts today. Homie not only dropped 10 memberships earlier, but then became a member himself. I mean, bro, trust me, you in the right place. This is for you.
I'm loving the game. The game would absolutely get a pretty high score from me.
How many bananas?
A solid 8.5 incher for sure.
No.
And wouldn't it be nice to live together?
Man, what white supremacists we all are. A Puerto Rican, myself a white man, a black dude, 8-bit Eric is Mexican. We had Smash, who's an Italian homosexual. A lot of diversity just in that one little clip. But apparently, white supremacy is taking over the world. So,
well, yeah, because if there's one single possibly like light-skinned person on the panel, that is white supremacy.
And it can't even be white supremacy if I'm on the panel. That's because I'm Native American. Don't forget, I grew up on the Cherokee Nation. I got a lot of the Native in me. Also, I am a trans, queer, non-binary, slay queen type of folk, according to my pronouns on YouTube. That way, I can get away unscathed, saying things like faggot. So, needless to say, I mean, come on. Clearly, this is a universal opinion.
No, wait. The problem is with these people, they'll shift the goalpost. It doesn't matter if you're white. If you're not the same color skin as them or not brown enough, you are white.
And it's funny because, take the Somalian refugees, for example, that are, by the way, Cindy, are you aware of where Somalia is?
It's in Africa.
Okay. What is Africa known for in terms of, just the racial makeup of the continent?
The black people.
Now, did you know that Somalian refugees don't consider themselves black?
Oh, well, isn't that because Africans can't stand black people?
That's exactly correct. Even the Somalian criminal alien invaders don't like American blacks.
Jamaicans don't like American blacks.
No way, man.
I'm dead serious. Yeah, no, all because of Airbnb.
Okay, hold on. I was about to hit play, but what?
Yeah, no, because when people in Jamaica rent out houses in Airbnb or as an Airbnb there, they do not want to rent them out to Black Americans because they always trash the place and then they bitch about how terrible the house is, even though it was in pristine condition when they got there. But when they left after they trashed it all, they blame the homeowner, and then the homeowner can do nothing.
I hadn't heard this. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn. All right, let's keep going.
expanding upon that idea, right? I just wanted to give a shout out to that Tony video. You guys should watch it. I'll also link that because it has really good points. Obviously, I've made a couple of these points throughout the years I've been talking about that, but still, always love to see other accounts.
To be fair, yeah, maybe he's been making these points the entire year. People have been talking about it. He's been talking about it and whatnot, but nobody can understand the goddamn thing you're talking about with that look.
Yeah.
Bigger accounts with more videos or more viewership than I have, talking about these issues. I also seen it from like D'Angelo Wallace did a video referring to these grifters or this like their tactics as a whole. You have bigger people doing this, which I think is fucking awesome. Obviously, like the Birdman, right? Yeah, people doing that too. So his is not really in the gaming sphere, whereas like mine is, but whatever.
I feel like his mic probably looks far worse than Asmon's because that guy spits so much.
Oh, can you imagine homeboy eating flaming hot Cheetos while trying to record a video? Like, I hope you don't use a pop filter because that thing is gonna be dusty.
Oh, it's gonna be nasty.
Also, I have no idea who or what this Stranger Things season 5 reject is on screen, but anti-woke gamer cringe while you're out here looking like if Miss Frizzle was a lesbian. I don't want to hear about cringe.
Oh my gosh. Again, self-awareness.
I can't even tell if this is a dude or not.
No, it looks, well, I mean, you're right. Okay, it looks a bit androgynous, but also, the fuck are you wearing?
I think those are dinosaurs? No, they're dragons.
You
dragons?
culturally appropriated my people. Fuck off, bitch.
Right, I'm just saying it's nice to see these sentiments echoed. But when I was talking about white supremacy ruining gaming discourse, I know anytime people hear the word white supremacy, they want to roll their eyes. They playing the race card. I'm not playing the.
Yes. No, okay. Yes, you are. Like, by definition, when you bring up white supremacy, yeah, that is exactly what you're doing. So listen here, TTTB. I'm just gonna call you Tubby Gaming because you look like you a little bit of a hefty boy. So I'm just gonna call you Tubby Gaming. Today while I was on New Black Street, I donated $100 super mega red boy banger, and as my way of paying reparations to the blacks. What have you done for your own community?
Oh my gosh.
Is it white supremacy if my white people money is going to supporting your kind, only the kind with good opinions?
Well, if you tell them that you're doing that, then it's not good enough. You have to do more. And you should apologize.
I ain't gonna apologize. I'm just gonna keep throwing money to my favorite coons.
Race card here. I am telling you a very specific thing, a very real thing that's been going on. Because white supremacy does, in fact, ruin everything. But in this case, we're talking about gaming discourse.
Note, I didn't say it in the video. White supremacy does not equal white people. I'm talking about the ideology. This would be like saying Nazis are bad and thinking I'm talking about just Germans or being anti-Zionist is the same as being anti-Semitic. Okay, let's because I was going to ask, wonder if he even brought up what white supremacy meant. I need him to explain. Like, point to me a white creator, or really any creator in the video game discourse, like quote unquote anti-woke space that has any sort of following that's taken seriously that actually holds white supremacist views. Like, can you name a single one?
Hassan Piker?
Well, I mean, he's not anti-woke. He's obviously super, super pro-woke. But
yeah, no, that's true. But that's the only one I can think of.
White supremacist, yes.
I don't think so, because I think like our space would probably kind of bully that person should that happen.
Correct. That is exactly what would happen. There's a reason that our space is, ironically, incredibly multicultural. Again, you don't get Atreus and Kata and me and Cult Classic Cage and Hypno and Smash JT and you and fucking Niat and the Angry Badger and all of us, all these people in this like at least culturally similar space on YouTube, having fun, hanging out, going out to fucking Vegas together, partying. You don't fucking get that if it's white supremacy, because white supremacy by definition is whites thinking they are superior. White supremacy, superior supremacy. You see how it works? If anything, it's Jewish supremacy. The whites aren't even the superior ones. The Jews are, because I mean, the superior race got to be the one that controls everything, right? So it's kind of got to be the Jews. And I'm pretty sure we can all agree that like we sound like white supremacists mainly because we all know that the Middle Easterners are in fact below us. They're below the blacks too. So like,
I mean, I think he kind of looks at this as kind of like how the whites helped out Africa, right? But because and then the Africans drove out the whites, and now they're like begging the whites to come back to come fix whatever it is that they broke. He's like, "Oh, that's white supremacy right there."
again, like it's just part of me wonders how much because they call us grifters, but grifting is lying to your for financial gain. At no point is anybody that I'm aware of in this group lying for financial gain. I'll say I'll call Grums a grifter. I absolutely think that Grums is a grifter. Now that doesn't make him a white supremacist. I don't think he's a white supremacist at all. I do think he's a grifter. But that being said, this dude is the one grifting because he is lying to make money with his video.
Yeah, they all do that.
He's lying about what a white supremacist is or about white supremacists in the quote unquote anti-woke space. Eric Jenkins, old Shimp Kringle for $4.99. Sonic is a ripoff of Mario. I see you. Where is it? There you go. This is for you, buddy.
Shut up, bitch!
Yeah, there you go, bitch. And then we got the true Aztec Warrior. Remember, for 4 months coming in saying cheers. Cheers to you, you absolute fucking legend. Alrighty, let's can I get a count from the mods that may have put us over the hundo mark? And if so, Cindy might need to do a bit of a wardrobe change.
Yeah.
So let me know and we'll keep going while that happens.
How many times have you looked up a video and you saw people talking about it from a let's just say a phenotypical standpoint, right? Talking about the character's skin color.
Mind you, people like this will say they want good games, but will hope that literally every game fails and spread nothing but negativity on it. Cindy, how many times? Let's use myself as an example here. By the way, we are literally like $1 away from the hundo mark. If anybody wanted to just throw a bone, but what have I been saying about Resident Evil 9? Like, do you know my sentiments? Because I've said them multiple times. In fact, I said them earlier on New Black Street.
I'm fairly sure it's like you'll hold judgment on it. I could be wrong though.
You're more or less close. What I've said is that with everything we've seen so far, I don't like what Resident Evil 9 looks like, where it's going. I'm severely disappointed. I have always followed it up with, but I hope I'm wrong, and I'm going to play it and see for myself. And I would love to be pleasantly, surprised. So as it currently stands, no, I don't want Resident Evil 9 to fail. If it's good. By the way, Resident Evil 9 won't fail. It's too big to fail. Like Resident Evil games, they don't fail. They're all the mainline games are always fucking successes. But that's neither here nor there. Fact of the matter is, yeah, I would love to see Resident Evil 9 succeed if it's good, but nothing they've shown me thus far with any of the marketing is things that I want to see out of Resident Evil as a Resident Evil fan.
Gotcha.
While you're doing your little wardrobe change, let's hit a couple of these supers, which, Cindy, you didn't have to, but you did. Can you say, Daddy Eric, please? There you go. I said it. Someone go ahead and clip that. Fucking Gaylord. Shout out you, Omega. Thank you so much. And Tricky's thoughts today for a 10-banger. Here's your bone with a little extra. And you know what? If you'd have said that without any sort of payment, I'd have called it gay. But since there was a 10-banger there, I'm just going to keep my goddamn mouth shut. And I'm going to play a clip for all three of you. You absolute fucking legends.
Y'all can clip me all you want. I think Alyssa McConaughey has a nice ass, but I guarantee you she doesn't shave her armpits. So I'm good.
Again, shout out, guys. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. All right, let's keep going. And then when Cindy gets all changed, we'll full screen her for a bit.
That is white supremacy. When they go through videos and they're saying, look how many.
Wait, what? Saying you want games to fail is white supremacy? Let's try this again.
A phenotypical standpoint, right? Talking about the character's skin color. That is white supremacy.
No. White supremacy would be if you think that your white race or whatever is above all other races. Like talking about the skin tone, which by the way isn't what these people are doing. Fable 2026 will be worse than Starfield. There's nothing about race in that.
Right. Talking about the characters.
Humiliated. Night Dog avoiding the Game Awards with Intergalactic Heretic Profit trailer. That has nothing to do with the fucking skin color. Whoa, Naughty Dog forced reboot Intergalactic after DEI disaster. That's our boy Smash. Got nothing to do with skin tone. Where's this dude even pulling skin tone from?
It's projection. It's always projection.
Jake is correct. White supremacy would be you can't make these videos anymore, butt wheat. Yo. My buck is weeded.
Hello, master.
Say that again?
I said hello, master.
Bricked. Absolute bricked.
Skin color.
Get rid of that bone over
That
there.
is white supremacy. When they go through videos and they're saying, look how many brown people are in the game.
All right. Contains overly pro LGBTQ messaging, contains overly pro DEI messaging, many LGBT characters who are all POC. Again, yeah, that's not white supremacy to have a preference. And yeah, this is called, like, again, this is a fucking indie game no one cares about. Contains overly anti-capitalism and overly pro LGBTQ messaging, features multiple LGBTQ characters, including Bliss, and now identifies as non-binary, uses the they, them pronouns. Literally nothing in that has anything to do with the race. Contains overly pro DEI, overly pro LGBTQ+, overly anti-gun, overly pro abortion messaging. See full review for details. Nothing in about race in that review. Contains overtly pro LGBTQ messaging. Leon is non-binary. Oh, that's gonna get clipped. And uses they them pronouns. Homosexual romance option. Nothing about race. Contains overly pro LGBTQ messaging. No distinction between male, female, gators. All gators referred to as using they them pronouns. Nothing about race. Contains subtly pro DEI messaging. The player character is female police officer in 1999. All zombies appear to be male. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples here. One mentioned race. A single one. This dude has defeated his own logic not even 4 minutes into his 25-minute video.
Why are they so hung up about race? Like, I just haven't.
They're the actual racist, Cinny.
Yeah, no, I know that. But I mean, like, come on. You guys got to suddenly realize at some point you're sounding stupid.
That would require self-awareness.
You're right.
Old Chimp Kringle for a 5-banger. Resident Evil 6 is the best Resident Evil game ever when you don't play as Leon. You know what? Someone just ban this motherfucker. So someone just time this bitch out.
Stop it. Get some help.
If I were a racist, would I have just used a fucking GIF, a video of like the greatest American athlete of the 1990s, a black man, a strong African-American brother? Just saying.
That's white supremacy. I remember a guy online made a post on Reddit talking about how there were too many.
Homie is taking Reddit seriously.
Oh, yeah. No, they do, because, you know, words have their own power. And if it's not, you know, basically fluffing me up, then those are bad words and they should all be denied.
Jake Martin, yes, you're right. We can't ban the man no matter how badly I fucking want to. You're correct. I would argue either Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson was the greatest athlete of the 90s. I mean, on a technical sense, you're probably correct, but let's be real. Michael Jordan was the face of athleticism. I mean, wasn't he the fucking ambassador of like the 96 Olympics? Point is, he was the face of athleticism in the 90s.
Brown people or black people in the background of Expedition 33.
And guess what? Every single anti-woke individual saw this shit, pointed, and laughed at how fucking retarded it was. Every one of them. If you
As they should.
Yeah. If you go through Vera Dark's videos, I bet she made a video making fun of that individual. If you go to Smash JT and Hypno and Atreus, I didn't make a video on it because I didn't fucking care one way or the other. I was like, it's gay, moving on. We probably talked about it on stream. In fact, I think we did talk about it on stream. I know we did, because I remember me and Niat having a conversation about it, so it was definitely brought up on Countercast. Point is, all of us white supremacists, anti-wokes, all made fun of that idiot who was trying to call Expedition 33 woke because it had black people in it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it suits their message so well, so they think.
Now, obviously, that game has been getting a lot more attention, and deservedly so, because it's the game of the year. But to go through that game and to be like, there are too many black NPCs. That is white supremacy. That is a function of white supremacy.
Oh my God.
Anytime there is someone who is not white or hetero, that heterosexuality is also important to white supremacy.
Again, show me an example of these grifters you've already put pictures up of in Demion, Smash JT, Grums Online. Show me where they agree with this. You can't do it because it didn't exist. This dude is literally grifting right now. He is lying for money. Dude is a grifter.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Or doesn't have typical Eurocentric beauty, which is also core to white supremacy. It's an
Whoa. Eurocentric. Okay. If I was to poll gamers, pause, what do you think they fetishize the most? Blacks, whites, or Asians?
Oh, definitely Asians.
So I don't think Eurocentric beauty is what gamers are really looking for here, considering how much they crank shit out to Asian characters. Like, let's be real.
True.
And by the way, we love hottie with a body black characters. We always have. You guys just don't make them anymore.
Issue. And they will never frame it as such, as a white supremacist issue, but it is an issue for them. Even when the characters, for example, happen to be white. Misogyny also plays a part into maintaining white supremacy.
Is he trying to stretch the definition of white supremacy so much that white people hate white characters because of white supremacy?
Yes. And I think those kinds of people are called Karens. They do have that whole I hate white supremacy as a white supremacist kind of mentality.
I mean, you're right, but I'm just sorry, my brain just fucking broke. Match to go up for a 5-banger. Leon gave 100 for the new blacks, while Cindy gave up more. Cindy being black, canceled reparations. Congratulations on double-tittedly ending racism. Yes, thank you, Cindy, for getting blacked, even though I have proof, contrary to the otherwise. Which, you know what, we've already played that clip though. So instead, I will explain how you got blacked via this message right here. I will come anywhere you want me to come.
All over his backside run.
I want to fuck you in the ass right now. Thank you. It's nice to get some appreciation around here.
At this point, like, if I played that clip without context, it would still make more sense than this dude stating white people hate white video game characters because of my white supremacy.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking idiot. I love it.
It's kind of fucking amazing.
See, it's not just this like one specific thing. It is a system. So you can analyze it from different angles, but it's all part of the same system. Every time you hear them talking about this game is woke, then they make up excuses, right? To make you upset and angry.
You mean making up excuses like you're doing when you don't have any real citations? You mean like that?
Well, not only, even worse than that though, because when by and large people are calling games quote unquote woke or whatnot, they're not making up excuses. They're giving detailed reasoning via research. Like, for example, when CD Projekt Red comes out and says, it says on their website, as part of their fucking their frequently asked questions, as part of their official rules at work, that they are actively seeking to hire people of color and LGBTQ individuals over straight white men. like that is part of their initiatives as a company. Yeah, that's not just us making stuff up to make people angry. That's saying, hey, look what this corpo is doing by actively participating in hiring practices that are not equal opportunity.
How is this black or like white supremacy when all I'm hearing is more I want black supremacy because we get a month out of the year that we have to celebrate black people. We have to watch how we can't say a certain word because it'll offend black people. I mean, like we have to do all these catering shit to black people, but it's the whites that have the supremacy. Are you fucking kidding?
Bro, if you want to send in an avatar for black supremacy, it gotta be someone else, because no one ain't gonna take anyone with someone who got the tongue the size of the Florida fucking state as an actual avatar of black supremacy. Like, this is not you is not sending your best, or if this is your best, no wonder there's so many white supremacists. That's a fucking layup. Like,
lead character isn't a cis hetero white guy whose only emotion is gun and That's it. Everything else by their definition is woke. That ruins discourse because you can't get to the meat of anything.
Again, citation needed. He didn't list a game. He just wants to throw out these random words that sort of fit together in a sentence to get you to imagine whatever the worst possible thing you can imagine is. That way he doesn't actually have to explain what he means. He'll let your brain fill in the blanks for you.
Oh, well, just because he wants to see
emotional manipulation tactic. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, just because he wants to see a dick on a screen doesn't mean we all do.
When Atreus was very first streaming Baldur's Gate 3, he didn't know the character and the character creation would like show up as nude, and he was streaming it, and so like just big dick right there on stream, and like he freaked the fuck out. It was awesome.
Because their grievances are imaginary, made up. Again, we're at the point now where you have certain people mad that Ghost of Yote was a success. And where you have certain people mad.
He cut out Smash's name. Dude, you've already shown several other Smash thumbnails on the screen with his name in it. Why not this one?
I think what it is that he'll get backlash from his own community just for putting the name on there. Because of Alyssa Mercante and whatever.
Well, it's funny. Backlash from his own community. Can you explain, before I give my opinion, what do you mean by his community?
The wokies.
Okay, gotcha. I thought
the
you
Nose
meant,
Ring Coalition.
I thought you meant his fellow blacks, because the whole reason I found out about this video is because LG was streaming about it earlier. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be a good little colonizer and steal this from the black man. This is what we're going to talk about. Like,
hell yeah.
That Ghost of Yote was a success. And so they're making videos about Erika Ishii eating popcorn and then creating fanfic of this.
We're just making fun of her for being a fat fuck because she is. Like, dude, fat bitches are gross. And that's not white supremacists. We whites don't like fat white bitches either. Black or not, like.
She's got the Wicked Witch of the hair. Oh, Wicked Witch of the West hair going on over there. What the fuck?
Again, she was a fucking pig, bro. The entire Game Awards, she was a straight up pig. I'm like, it would have been funny if she got not like awarded something, so we'd have had to see her go on stage looking that busted.
It would have been great.
Resident Evil 4 would be better if Jake Mueller were the best character.
You can't keep getting away with it!
And then Demon Camouflage 5 banger. Well, duh, of course Ghost was a success. It won Game of the Year at the PlayStation Awards. Now that was comedy. It won Game of the Year, like Ghost of Yote won Game of the Year at the PlayStation Awards. I didn't know that.
Wait, did it?
I mean, at the PlayStation specific awards, probably, but I didn't know it. Either way.
Offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
And then Piranha Pout with a 5 banger says, oh boy, the race grift that keeps on grifting. Hi, Cindy Darlin. Hi, Leonidas. Yeah, there we go. For example, if we were such white supremacists up in this bitch, then why does this clip even exist?
Hey, you should have.
Oh yeah, Leon definitely got jungle fever.
Good dark meat. I like dark meat.
Leon definitely has jungle fever. Gang.
Yeah, nice dark meat.
40 lashes for the monkey lover.
If I was such a white supremacist, how could I be a monkey lover? Come on now.
I mean, both can be true compared, to them.
Yeah, maybe they it's a power dynamic thing. Like, okay, you know what? You might be onto something.
Japanese woman that, she's upset that she lost to Jennifer English. And then they will go and then make videos about Jennifer English talking about the fact that after she won, she was talking about how she's gay and queer love won. Why?
Right,
because after she won,
Love win nothing. She got an award because she was talented.
This dude is a fan. He definitely watched Saturday Night Hypnosis. Here's the dealio, guys. Saturday Night Hypnosis is tomorrow. I get the super chats are awesome, but we need to make sure that we send a lot of memberships tomorrow because this motherfucker need to get a membership. He needs to be gifted a membership because it's very obvious he watches the show. He's got Smash.
she was talking about how she's gay and queer love won.
And Atreus. All one after another. This dude definitely hate watches and probably hate jerks it to Saturday Night Hypnosis.
Oh, for sure.
Why? Because again, now we're getting to the heterosexual component of things. Why you gotta be gay? Why do you have to put that in my face?
Okay, first of all, pause. Second of all, bro, you cannot sound like you constantly got a dick in your mouth and then say why you gotta be gay. It is sending 100% the worst message possible. You need to get somebody who can enunciate before you ask a question like that.
Leon, it's the way he grew up. You can't blame him like that.
I'm going to blame this motherfucker. Again, look at
No,
this
I
guy.
meant with a dick in his mouth.
Yeah. I was probably like his uncles or something like that because it wasn't his father because his father clearly wasn't in his life. But like, look at this dude. He's like the fucking male version of that bitch that played the Little Mermaid. She's got like eyes that can read both pages of the script at once.
Oh man. So like half of him is probably cis and the other half is gay, but the dominant eye is the one that's always like, nah, I'm gay, man.
I don't even see. You say half of him is cis, and you know what? You might be on something because he's the type that would use that term unironically.
Yeah.
White supremacy is the ideology of the weak. It is the ideology of people who quite simply cannot handle reality. And that is what's seeping into all this gaming discourse. Anytime,
man, if he wants to talk about reality, how much do you think that his fuzzy little fucking mop top would explode when he learned the truth that his ancestors or other blacks' ancestors were catching his ancestors and putting them in chains to sell to whitey? Like, look, like, white people didn't invent slavery, but we fucking perfected it because we got y'all to like capture yourselves and sell you to us. We didn't have to go into the jungle to do that shit.
Fucking wild.
And by the way,
true,
rightfully so, because like, who the fuck wants to go into the jungle? Like mosquitoes, ew.
Oh well, you don't like much, so I'm not surprised.
anytime there's a black person in the game that's the lead, it's a problem. Anytime there's black people as a background, it's a problem. Anytime there's a woman in the game they can't jerk off to, it's a problem. Anytime there's a woman in the game and she's the lead, it's a problem. Anytime a woman doesn't look exactly how they imagine their fantasies, it's a problem.
Isn't that what they do too? If
yeah,
it's
exactly.
not gay, it's a problem. If they're not androgynous looking, it's a problem. They're doing the same fucking thing. So yes, people have preferences. Congratulations. Oh my gosh.
She cooked, chat. She fucking cooked, chat.
And it's the Western ideologies that are bad. Why? Because they believe that people should just exist how they want them to exist. Not how people truly are, but how they want them to exist.
I can do you about
So
one better. How about you let people just fucking exist? Like, there are hot people out there and they exist. How about you acknowledge that fact?
Correct. It's not even about, like, by the way, these are video games. They're not fucking real. So it really, at the end of the day, you can use this like, oh, why don't you care about, gay characters? Why do you care about video game characters that are gay? Why do you care about video game characters that are ugly? They're just video game characters. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Now, take that, flip it, and reverse it. If they're just video game characters, it doesn't matter. Then why not make them hot? Why not make them strong? Why not make them male? Why not make them straight? All this other shit. If you're going to make an argument for why you need XYZ representation and diversity and whatnot, you need to make an argument that is at least not able to be just completely twisted and inverted and make the opposite side just as justifiable. Because at that point, you're just using circular logic. It's again, these people are the worst types of folks to debate with because they have not thought their arguments through to the logical conclusion. Therefore, it's so easy to blow them out of the water. It's boring. It's like I get people in my comments all the time. Like, Leon, would you debate so and so? Leon, would you debate so and so? I mean, no. I mean, I maybe, but there's no point to it. They're like when Smash went and debated Colin Moriarty, right? Smash got his shit packed in. And it's because like he hadn't thought his argument out to the logical conclusion. And don't get me wrong, Smash was saying some things that were objectively true, but he's not a particularly good debater. He wasn't keeping Colin on task. He wasn't pressing super hard. And it's because Smash is a nice guy. He is. Smash is an absolutely nice fucking guy. So some people just aren't made to debate. But like if you can't have an argument that you can stick through to a logical conclusion and stay on target, then you're a bad debater. And every single one of these leftist fucking nutcases are a bad debate because they don't have an internal logic. And if you don't have logic to carry your debate through, you're going to fucking lose.
Well, yeah, and that's because people can't speak out to what they themselves are saying, because that upsets the whole order of things. You are speaking ill of them, even if it's a well written out critique or thought out critique. You are speaking ill of them, and it doesn't matter. You are doing a terrible thing. It's what makes you a Nazi. It's this closed-mindedness.
Which is crazy, because I thought my hatred for the Jews and my love of good fashion and goose stepping is what made me a Nazi.
The fancy black mustache. Oh shit, you just derailed the whole thing.
All right, well, UAF Omega member for 7 months says this dude's shtick is making sweeping generalizations based on one comment he's seen on X, misrepresents the other side just to have a point. Bingo, bango, bongo.
Penalize
membership, man.
the East. Yeah. And back, they figured it out. All the women in the East and their games are super hot and they're demure, and I can control them. And if you think that's
wait, Yellow Fever. I think it switched from let's back up. Yellow Fever epidemics and white supremacy historical context. Oh, okay. He wasn't saying yellow fever the same way we use jungle fever. Okay, never mind.
And they're demure, and I can control them. And if you think that's not through white supremacy, I would implore you to look up the term yellow fever. Okay?
Or my
Orientalism.
God.
Orientalism, by the way, this has been debunked over and over by actual Asian, not philanthropists. What's that science called? I'm blanking on it. It's a subset of sociology. I'm blanking on the name. The point is, we'll say sociology. There are Asian sociologists, Oriental sociologists that have debunked this over and fucking over about the term Oriental and it being a tool of colonization and white supremacy. It is something that is actually not even accepted within their own culture that Orientalism was a negative. Anthropologists, thank you. Yes, anthropologists was the word I was looking for.
Sizing another race, also part of white supremacy. Ironically, I know, but still a part of the same systems. These are people who cannot just look at a video game on its own merits and go, this game doesn't work for me, and that's okay. But the reason why it doesn't work for me is because I feel like this story's been done to death. I feel like they have homogenized.
That's literally what we say, though. How many times are you going to see strong black gay woman as the key to everything before being like, yeah, this is a homogenized story that's been done to death, so it doesn't work for me? Like,
they say, hey, this is a straight story. It has a gun in it. I don't like guns. I don't like straight people. So I'm not going to watch it. But it's fine if it exists because somebody else might like it. What?
It's like, this is incredible to me because the leaps this dude is taking, like man, I've used this analogy before. In the end of Space Jam, the climax of Space Jam, which, by the way, this is like the fucking third time Michael Jordan's come up tonight. I guess I don't know what that's about, but the climax,
well-known black man,
is yes, exactly, yes, a hero to the blacks and whites the world over in the 90s before we found out about his crippling gambling addiction. The climax to Space Jam, he is at the half court line and he stretches to try and dunk. And because he finally embraces being a toon, he's able to stretch his arm all the way across half court and dunk. That level of reaching is what this dude has to do to make his points. And it is almost like a fucking art form. I am impressed.
Their vision to everything sort of blends together.
You know what?
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, so had George Floyd embraced being a toon, he could have stretched his neck a little and breathed.
Yeah, or in Gorge's nostrils even more.
Yeah.
By the way, I still don't believe the I can't breathe narrative. Have you seen that motherfucker's nose?
Oh yeah.
I feel like the mechanics are so out of date, or again, it's repetitive, or it's something like that. They could be like, oh, you know what? I don't really like The Last of Us 2 because I feel like they were going too much for shock value. Okay, that is a criticism you can have. Or it's, you know what? I just feel like I enjoyed the story better in the first game. Also, a criticism you can have. Maybe the story felt weak or certain parts. Also a criticism you can have. But you know what you're mostly going to see? They don't like Abby. Why? And they will say, now spoiler alert, they didn't play this game. So spoilers right here. They will say, oh, it's because Abby killed Joel. But that's not really true. That's not really true.
You're
Not
ignoring
really.
all the complaints people had about
Because
Abby
they
in
thought Abby was-
general.
Well, not only that, but literally he just said, again, he's speaking out two sides of his mouth again, which, I mean, with lips that size is actually very easy for him to do. But when he says, you can complain how you didn't like the story, that's fair. Oh, but they complained about Abby. She killed Joel. That's unfair. Really? Because that's part of the story. That's part of the story. So it seems to me like you just said that would be a fair fucking criticism. Okay. All right. Old Simp Kringle for a 5-banger. Cindy, I'm going to need you to read this one.
No. I politely declined.
Oh, fuck. She abandoned me. Dustborn is a better game than Zelda. Not then. Than, you ignorant monkey. Then Zelda Ocarina of Time. Make lashings great again. Okay, well, you know what? I agree with that latter part. I do agree with making lashings great again. But even so...
You and I are enemies now.
Congratulations, you did a fantastic job.
Trans. And she's muscular, so she must not be a woman. And then, oh my God, she gets the sex scene. The ugly trans-looking woman gets a sex scene, but not whomever else they wanted. Why didn't they make Abby have big bouncy titties?
Nobody
like
was
that
wanted.
That is the majority of their arguments. It's just like when Stellar Blade was coming out.
What were you about to say, Cindy?
You know, she would have been a lot more tolerable if she looked like that, yeah.
Well, and by the way, I've heard many a person say her muscle mass makes no sense for even a normal woman during normal times like what we're at right now, the average woman, because of, it's just not how women are by and large biologically built. You know, it takes a special sort of a woman to be born that way. Now imagine in the post-apocalyptic, era the game takes place in, when protein is a extreme luxury, just being that level of built would be a physiological impossibility. Again, yeah, that checks out. That's a valid criticism.
Unless she's a woman and then she's got a man to lean on to get her all these things that she needs. But you can't have that with a strong, independent, ugly woman like this.
Mario is better than Sonic. At least liking Mario doesn't make you a furry. Oh, yeah? Oh yeah, well does Sonic or Mario, I mean, fuck, have lines like this?
Now excuse me while I harass someone for having pronouns in their bio.
And they had 100 clips of her going up and down the ladder and didn't even know you could play with a sword in that game. That's how much they weren't focusing on that. They're focused on the body types. They are
they talking about is he talking about Stellar Blade?
He is fucking focusing on the viral meme that Philip Chan did, because Philip is a fucking comedian. He's a funny dude, where he posted a clip of him playing Stellar Blade, going up and down the ladder over and over, zooming on our ass, and then like making coming faces and whatnot. You know, the same sort of funny fucking joke that would have been completely normal and honestly probably gotten lost in just the YouTube crowd in like 2008, or honestly up through like 2013. But because the internet's become such a sanitized bitch-made place, a joke like that, such a very obvious and like low-hanging fruit joke, is now incredibly, it's amazing. Oh my god, we don't get stuff like this anymore. Yeah, it was Philip being Philip. Just like when Philip made that fucking meme of the Ghost of Yote broad with a pretty face and big jugs, and then he's like, it would have sold more if, you know, she looked like this. Again, it was a meme. He was making a fucking joke. He did not mean that in a serious fashion whatsoever. But the wokies, the leftists who can't meme, who don't have a concept of comedy unless it has to do with a woman's vagina and being promiscuous, couldn't wrap their head around the crazy concept.
Or barista.
A fucking joke.
Yeah, no, that's like comes back to the whole you require self-awareness. Because you guys say that we can't do this, or this, but you guys can't take a very simple joke. Like, this is something you would bat to a young person trying to learn how to take a joke.
Well, you know, Crazy Felis says taking an obvious joke as if it was a serious statement is a good example of bad faith argument. And here's the dealio. While I do agree with that sentence 100%, I can't tell if this dude is taking an obvious joke and trying to make it serious, or if he is that fucking retarded. Like with most people, I will say it's a bad faith argument. I agree, but with this guy, I mean, he might just be that fucking dumb. I can't tell. And it doesn't help they talk like this, but like,
again, it's the echo chamber.
Look, they hate that. Exercising control, right? They want that. They don't want women to have autonomy. That's why they're even doing this now with the current Tomb Raider shit. Whether it be the TV show or the upcoming games. It's Laura Croft, that's Larry Croft, that's this, that's that, right?
Tomb Raider League suggests the franchise is abandoning the modern audience. Okay, so a positive thing. Netflix has ruined Laura Croft from a year ago, and yeah, by the way, it was true. This show did dog shit numbers. Yikes! Tomb Raider Netflix cartoon is cooked. They should call it Legend of Larry Croft. Again, yeah, the show was fucking garbage. It was hated by damn near everybody. After season 2, it'll be canceled. The only reason it's getting a season 2 is because they ordered both seasons at once. And you got this one that again is promoting that they a return to form, which is what gamers wanted. It's a positive video. How is that white supremacy to post something positive? Yeah, again, this dude is
because we're not all miserable like they are perpetually.
And trust me, we is far better off for it.
All of this is a function of white supremacy. It's maintaining their idealized version of whiteness and purity. So their women can't be muscular, and their women must be white. And if they're going to be any other race, they have to be Asian, because there's a whole subset of Asian fetishization over there too, right? Which is why when you look at a lot of the AI models they train off of, when they say women look pretty, they typically give them.
You know what? He was talking about how, women can't be muscular. Let me show you an image right here, right? Like, this is a realistically muscular woman. Let's open image, new tab. This is Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is one of the standout female wrestlers of the modern era. Now, frankly, I don't particularly like Bianca Belair. I think she's kind of a charisma vacuum. But I ain't gonna lie and say that she's not a talented wrestler. But, dude, she is a premier female WWE superstar. Look at her level of muscle.
Yeah, it's not nearly as jacked as Abby.
Correct. Exactly. So yes, when we say that like Abby is incredibly unrealistic, it's because she is. Again, here's another one of Bianca. This is her arms are a little bit bigger. A little bit.
It's definitely not flattering for her figure. So I hope that's not something she was worried about.
Now, we want to talk about my favorite one of my favorite female wrestlers of all time. Let's look at my girl Jade Cargill right here. Like,
oh my
see.
gosh, does she have a Storm outfit?
She actually has gone on stage as Storm before. She is my number one. If they reboot the X-Men, oh my god, this is who I want to play Storm. Jade Cargill is my 100% perfect casting for Storm. But the point is, Jade, again, she look at her muscles. She's not particularly like she's toned, she's defined, but she's not jacked.
Man, she's gorgeous. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. Jade Cargill, she a fucking fox.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of like, I'm blown away. I understand the jungle fever now.
the point is, yeah, when we're bitching about like Abby's muscles and whatnot, I just pulled up two prominent examples of fine looking black chicks with muscle, and notice they are both notably smaller than what Abby was.
Yeah. Oh man, they could have done that so much better and kept it as realistic body proportions if they actually used a woman for this.
During her days in AEW, what was that? What did that say? During her days in AEW, she had an interest. Yeah, well, like I said, she recently brought that back a couple months ago. I don't know if it was the exact same one, but she brought that back a couple months ago at a recent pay-per-view.
Right?
Damn.
Asian features, Eastern features. Even though the person they are fixing has none of those features. That's what makes them look better to them. All of this plays within that. So when I'm talking about it ruining gaming Discord, that's a part of it. The other part is they don't even talk about the game anymore. Remember when you were talking about, keep politics out of these places. They
don't even talk about the game anymore. My brother in Black Jesus. Just go look at Hypnotic's Steam account, and you will have the most long-form, multi-paragraph, basically doing everything that game journalists don't. Articulate, eloquent reviews. Like, I've told this story before. I have read reviews on Steam, and I thought, fucking Christ, this is an insane review. It's like it's just like a viral review that's like being shared on X or whatnot, like screenshots of it. And then I'll get to the bottom and like, oh, this is Hypno's review. Like Hypno, chief of the marginalized CEO of the bigot army. His reviews go fucking viral because he actually plays the fucking game. So again, dude is lying through his goddamn buck teeth.
Guess what? They are jamming politics into everything and then saying that other people are doing that. They're saying people like Erika Ishii got hired over, I forget the actress's name from The Boys, who plays Kimiko, which is a lie. And making up saying that, she wasn't like Japanese enough or whatever and having enough credit. Fanfic.
But that is a real thing. I don't know about in the Erika Ishii Ghost of Yote example or whatnot, but that is a real thing. My buddy, Epic Mike, his friend, black chick, she got cast in South of Midnight, and then she got fired. Now, do you know what she got fired for?
Being white?
No, she was a black chick. And
she was black?
She was a black chick, and she was hired to be the original voice actor for the main character in South of Midnight. And then she got fired. And when Sweet Baby Inc. came in, and guess what she got fired for?
Because she wasn't a lesbian.
Nope. She didn't sound ethnic enough.
That's racist.
Yep. This is a black woman who got hired to play a black character, and then they came in and they fired her because she didn't sound ethnic enough.
What the fuck?
So they replaced her with a different black actress.
How is this legal?
Like, exactly. So when this dude says it's not happening, I don't know if it happened in the case of Ghost of Yote, but I can absolutely 100% guarantee you it is happening because, I know someone that fucking happened to.
And they're saying Erika Ishii is an activist. And activists are taking over gaming. But with no actual substantive claims to back that up. It's just they feel like it. Oh, well, they're activists. They have to be activists.
Drop out right here. If you be so kind as to read this, Cindy.
Oh, that's me. LOL. I once called into a radio show discussing Black issues, and the host said, "Yes, but Miss, are you Black?"
Which is funny because I've heard Drop out speak many a time, and Pouty sound pretty fucking black. Now the difference is she don't sound unintelligent. She articulates, right? Like she sounds like a well-educated black, but she still sounds because you can hear the black in a fucking voice. Most black people sound fucking black. Most white people sound white. Like most Asian, they don't speak English. Like point is, people got accents based on the race a lot of time, not always. But again, it doesn't surprise me at all that she was asked if she was actually black. Because why? She was well-spoken.
She doesn't have the black phonetics.
Yeah, the ebonics, exactly.
Yeah.
These multi-billion-dollar companies are all run by activists. It's the activists who want to push AI and get rid of voice actors. It's activism. Like obviously,
oh my
it's not
God!
true.
Shut up! It's
but
you
again,
people.
This is what they do. They will create these fanfics. They will make these hallucinations and then trying to force that to be reality, and then say, "Well, of course it's true because look how woke they are. Look at their person's politics. We want to keep politics out of gaming. You can play Ghost of Yote. It's not going to turn you into a leftist. There's no part of Ghost of Yote where they look."
Okay, and that was never the argument. In fact, the argument was from the beginning, yeah, as a consumer that operates in the free market, I do not want to, give my money to a video game where the lead actress and character have been openly supporting terrorism such as Antifa. And you know what? That's pretty no one ever said that the game itself, I'm sure there are some people, the game itself is woke, this, that, and the other. Like, I bet that happened, not, discounting that. But the majority of the conversation around it was that this company hired a pro-terrorist individual that hates America. Well, if that be the case, I'm not going to spend my American dollars on said game.
Absolutely. Nor should you.
Look in the camera and like, we hate ICE. And you should too. There's nothing like that. However, there are overtly, quote unquote, anti-woke games that'll be like, man, white supremacy sure is awesome.
And most of these games are fucking retarded as well. Now, again, some of them are done in a completely hilarious way. Like Alex Jones' New World Order Wars. Like, that's a fucking tongue-in-cheek Alex Jones game. It makes fun of the woke leftists and Alex Jones. It plays both sides because it's a cleverly written game like that. But the point is, yeah, most of these games are like most other indie games. They don't fucking go anywhere. They're $2.99 meme games that live and die for a fucking quick week for a meme.
Yeah, no, you're right. But
The Great Rebellion. Like, there are right-leaning games that are just like, yeah, you know what? We didn't get rid of these minorities. Like, they're the ones pushing politics.
By the way, none of those games that you just showed, none of those like anti-woke, anti-DEI games and whatnot, were funded with taxpayer money to push a global propaganda like Dustborn. No, I'm not making that up. That is a verifiable fucking fact. The government, I believe it was the Swedish government. I'm blanking on which country it was, but yes, it was literally partially funded by government by taxpayer money through the government.
Yeah, I heard about that, which is crazy. Because if the government did the reverse and they started making video games that was promoting
Norway, thank you, Al Hudi.
Oh, it was Norway. Heterosexuality, they'd lose their fucking mind.
I missed the first part that I was reading chat. What would cause them to lose their mind?
If the government decided to replicate that but do the reverse, where they're promoting what is it?
Which,
heterosexual relationships.
Which I advocate for, because propaganda is not inherently a bad thing. In fact, propaganda is a tool, and like all tools, it can be used for good and bad. I am all for good, healthy pro-American propaganda. If you want to propagandize the nuclear family and having 2.5 kids and penises going in vaginas and whatnot, I'm all for that propaganda. Give me that, man. If you want to make propaganda about how everybody should be going to church because Christ is king and whatnot, bring it on. I'm all for that propaganda. And I'm going to front like I'm not. Like, oh, the world should be devoid of politics. And I was like, no. Propaganda is a very important national tool. I just would like propaganda that actually strengthens a fucking nation.
Yeah. We used to get good propaganda.
Everything. Because again, they can't handle not being in control, not being the number one. They are the ones, in fact, injecting politics into everything. Because the way they look at things is either it's right or it's wrong. Not that it's creative, not that it's a new story. It's just right or wrong. Again, every time there's a game that comes out, they create 100 different controversies. Oh, well, why wouldn't they continue with the same character? Because they want a new story.
Yes. You know what? I agree with this right here. Bring back that old school jaunty American voice as well. I want to hear folks say swell and fella and it not sound derogatory. Like, if you're a white dude and you say, I like what you're doing there, fella. Like, fella has the same vibe to a white guy as a black dude when he hears the word boy. Like, I want people to say fella and it not sound like a white race, like what the a white version of boy. You know what I mean? Like, swell is a nice term. Like, let's say swell again.
Well, hey there, fella. Aren't you swell?
See, just like that.
And it's always contradictory too. It's the same groups that would be like, let developers develop a game. If the game was like sexy school nurses in your face 3 or whatever, and then people were like, that's a bit gratuitous. They're like, oh, you guys don't want the developers to just make their games as long as the game is good and they really target.
No, actually, if people are being philosophically and morally and intellectually consistent, like your boy tries to be, if that was the game that the creators wanted to make, I would have no problem with it. If somebody else forced them to do that and it was against their creative vision, I would be calling it out. And that's why we went so hard on Sweet Baby Inc. and these other consultation companies for the longest time, is because it was inhibiting the very obvious creative vision of the artists. Like, again, I don't care if it's right-leaning or left-leaning. If somebody is coming in and they are altering the artist's vision for, social points on either side of the aisle, then it's a fucking problem.
No, it is. That's very true. Sorry, I got thrown with people saying my chest got bigger. No, it didn't. If I swapped to the other model, it'd still be the same size.
Yeah, it just looks bigger because so optical illusion. Black is thinning, white is enlarging. So because she's wearing lighter stuff, it looks bigger.
For adults, so why do you care? But then if a game has like a character that can kiss a boy and they're a boy, they're like, no, they're pushing homosexuality onto us. How dare they push a sexuality onto us? Anyways, I'm gonna play sexy head us.
What did that say?
How dare they?
All these companies are not Japanese. Both made a game set in ancient Japan. Both weren't fully historically accurate, and both feature feats that humans simply could not do. Which one do you think the gamers rallied against? Yeah, they rallied against this one, and it had very little to do. It was not just because of the historical accuracy. There was a lot more to it than that. What a disingenuous fuck. But who is not a disingenuous fuck? Honestly. I mean, no shade to Atreus, no shade to Kata, no shade to LG, not even any sort of shade to Mugen Lord. But my favorite black on the platform. No, joke aside, no, I love you, Niet. Film Comics Explained for a 20 banger. Merry Christmas to one of the best gamers on the platform. Also, hi, Cinny. Cheers for the great year, my friends. Nah, man. Cheers to you. You have been absolutely killing it. You are a fucking legend. It is truly an honor to call you a friend. I'm gonna stop sucking the cot now and just play your fucking clip. Thank you, dude.
You one ugly motherfucker.
I swear I heard
Shout
it
out to Niet. Truly appreciate you, homie. What were you saying, Cindy?
I swear I heard from the Predator there.
Old Chimp Kringle for a 2-banger. Amy is the best part of the Sonic franchise. Joke's on you. I know you're trying to set me off, but Amy is my second favorite character in the Sonic franchise. Ha! What you think about that, bitch?
I'd fuck one of the robot dogs.
I don't know how that relates, but it just seemed really funny to play at the time.
Now, while I haven't, hold on. Like,
Yeah,
while I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima yet, it's on my list, right? They showed care, attention, and very deep respect for the Japanese, which I cannot say is the same thing that happened with Assassin's Creed Shadow. They didn't even know about the one-legged Torii gate.
And they, there was the demolishing of the shrines. There was the all the entire expose, the crusade against Yasuke, where it was pretty much verifiably proven that was all bullshit, or at the very least heavily exaggerated. They got the weapons incorrect. They plagiarized fucking One Piece weapons. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Chinese buildings.
Yeah, Chinese architecture. Ubisoft had to apologize to Japan. Ghost of Tsushima, they were just so like sucker punched to the game so brilliantly well. The nation of Japan, like one of their organizations or whatnot, honored them, gave them like honorary XYZ status.
Ambassador, I believe.
Is that what it was? Was it the Japanese ambassador for how amazing the work was done? Again, meanwhile, Ubisoft had to apologize to Japan. So needless to say, yeah, it wasn't just because of historically accurate. Which one do gamers go after? Fuck out of here with your disingenuous, lying, grifting, homo-ass bullshittery.
Anyways, I'm going to play Sexy Hetero Nurses 3 with the bus slider fucking DLC.
Wait. So it's
just
our
like-
fault that you played what is if you play a bad game, yes, there are games out there that are just slop and it just has sexy woman, no plot, no story. You're right. What?
Dude accidentally came up with a brilliant idea, and even he doesn't know he did it. So I'm not going to give him credit, but he just said with the bust slider DLC. Gaming companies, if you want to make money, and it'll piss off gamers. Don't get me wrong. This will piss off gamers, but they'll buy it anyway. Make your bust sliders a DLC for like, $1.99 or something to give your creative characters big jugs. Gamers will buy that shit. And you get an extra, $2.99, $1.99, whatever it may be for every gamer that'll do it. Just saying, homie accidentally came up with a good idea. But sorry, what were you saying, Cindy?
That is such a brilliant fucking idea.
Right?
I would pay. Oh my gosh. I like my hot, sexy gamer girls.
Yeah, there we go. Pay for bounce physics. Leon, you bazillionaire. Like, oh man, look at that. Anyway, did you have something to add, or do you want to keep going?
I completely forgot.
Okay, no worries. You're good.
But again, everything that they do, their entire worldview is so fragile, which is why you see them having to vigorously defend it against any perceived slight. You can't even have characters that have the option of being gay in the game because that's forcing politics down their throat. It's forcing it.
Because it would go against the time in most cases. Like you really would actually go against the time frame. Men, we're not allowed to be gay. Women, sure.
Here, I both agree and disagree with him. And the reason I say that is because he is right, but for the wrong reason. Now, Synthetic Man and Endymion made these videos. Yeah, absolutely. Criticized this game. This criticism was retarded criticism. In my opinion, the criticism about Kingdom Come Deliverance, homosexual, yada, yada. To me, that was fucking retarded. That was a controversy that blew the fuck up. But notice the people he quoted. Synthetic Man, who again is an actual fucking grifter, and Endymion, who in my opinion is an actual fucking grifter. You want to know who made videos saying this is no big fucking deal? Oh well. Smash and Hypno and me and Atreus and pretty much every other anti-woke grifter he's talked about up so far in this video, all made videos saying, dude, this is fucking fine. Who cares? It's an RPG. Play the way you want to play. That's normal. It's optional. You don't have to do it. So yeah, the majority of these anti-woke folk didn't give a fuck about this. Again, he's cherry picking this shit.
And what the fuck is he doing mansplaining?
I mean, you'd have to grant this guy's a man, and I don't want to give the credit for that. So
I don't want him to be a woman.
Oh, but we have a background character.
You might not want to be a woman, but he is very clearly a bitch.
Oh, yes.
Who's not white. Well, this is equivalent to the Great Replacement at this point. Like, it's just so like, man, how do you go through life like this? How do you let your mind get so brain rotted by white supremacy that you can't enjoy a goddamn thing?
How do you not
Everything
realize
is
you're
an
a
attack
sheep?
on you and your whiteness.
Would you say that he is a black sheep?
No, because white supremacy. He's obviously a white one.
Yeah. Oh,
Has
you know
to
what?
be.
Yeah, you make a good point there. But yeah, when he says, how do you go through life blinded by white supremacy? I'm super fucking confused by that because so far, nothing he's talked about. We are 14 minutes in, and nothing he's described so far is actually white supremacy. And Apollo Monopoly, I'm thinking it's the brain damage. I really am. I'm thinking it's the fucking brain damage. And yes, he is paid way too much. By the way, this video did way too well. Like, he's less subs than me, and I don't know what you're sitting at, Cindy, but definitely less subs than me. 6.3K. It's done 11,000 views in 2 days. Like, I hope to God it's mostly people watching this and talking ridiculous shit. Let's take a look at some of these comments. Reminder: you can say slurs on Twitter, yet you can't say cis on Twitter. Well, I mean, cis is a slur. Hell, white supremacy is also hurting the fandoms of, well, everything. Oh my God, these people are agreeing with this moron. People say something doesn't belong in fantasy, and it's like they know what fantasy is.
Yeah, it's called made up, like your arguments.
It's not just the video game, anime, books, TV shows, you name it. White supremacists, conservative fascists are trying to ruin any medium. The controversy that racists in America are making over that manga people will be about recently had a mixed race character, Japanese. Again, I covered that extensively. Oh my God, all of these people are great. This is so fucking sad.
It's a cult, Leon. It's a cult of sheep.
I know. All right, we gotta get through this. I'm losing faith in humanity as we go. I'm getting
bots.
This
guy's skin color pilled.
No matter what. Even when there's white people in leads, they'll be like, well, he's emasculated. By having a female lead, they're emasculated. Or their perfect example they always go for, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Oh, well, Peter Parker's a cuck.
My gosh.
He's cucked. Because
he is.
The person who is...
Go off, Cindy. We got a couple super chats hit anyway, so go for it.
I didn't even play the game, and Spider-Man is in fact cucked. What the fuck do you mean? He doesn't even get to be the own hero in his story. He has to be saved by a black man because black saviorship. Okay, go ahead.
No, go.
So no, I don't want to fucking hear that. Mary Jane looked like a fucking dyke. Okay, Miles Morales acted like a fucking dyke. So I don't, it makes me mad. That means he didn't play it. Or if he did, he was like, oh, this is such a touching scene with a deaf black girl. There should have been a gay man.
Well, and also, even if Peter Parker wasn't cucked, we know that the company Square Enix was, which again goes to point out the literal woke agenda. And how do we know that? Because all the pride flags and shit. Yeah, guess what? That was removed for which region?
Wasn't it? I can't remember.
The Middle East.
Yeah, I know it was like one of the Middle East ones, but didn't they also
the entire region, the whole ass Middle East.
Oh, really?
Ain't no pride flags and shit in that version of the game. At least Square Enix had the balls to say, oh, what? The Middle East doesn't want Final Fantasy 16 because of a gay character? Fuck it. Then we're just not going to ship the game there because we're not changing anything. So, like, at least Square Enix had the balls to stand on their fucking principles. Can't say that about fucking Insomniac. So yeah, it is. Oh, by the way, these we're so woke, we're so inclusive. Oh, not woke enough to not confuse the Puerto Rican flag with the fucking Cuban flag. You virtue signaling queers.
That's
you
what I was
go for it.
Sorry, that's what I was thinking of. So I had so focused on the Cuban flag or whatever flag it was that I didn't hear what your argument was.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the pride flag the first time. You have Omega for a 2-banger. I keep looking for Moses to explain his teeths. And then we got Old Shimp Kringle for a 2-banger. I knew you was a seedless vegetable. What the fuck does that even mean? A seedless vegetable? What?
I love that bird.
That is my level of confusion of that comment. Thank you both. Shout out. Appreciate you.
Ostensibly the second fiddle to him, second Spider-Man, Miles Morales, who is Spider-Man.
He's not Spider-Man because he has to be identified as Miles Morales for people to know who he is, and he's wearing the costume. So fuck you, buddy. Oh my gosh.
Cook.
Which is fucking dumb, and I don't want to get into that whole argument, but who is quite obviously not the main character, potentially co-lead, but not like the main character. The story revolves around Peter.
Did you say that with
he's cut
disgust your racism isn't showing enough?
What?
He was like, with fucking Peter. It's like, could you fucking say it a little bit more with more emphasis? Your racism's not quite showing all the way through.
Well, remember, he gave us this disclaimer at the beginning that, oh, this doesn't mean all white people. So clearly he can't be a racist.
Mm-hmm. And I have black friends, so I can't be racist either.
See, now you're getting it. Yeah, shout out to all 5 of my fucking homies.
Mary Jane, who got training in between games, can now use a gun. And like Miles wasn't like super aggressive, even though I did do a react video debunking that claim. You guys can watch that. I'm linking a lot of shit today. But
I'm good.
Because he's not breaking people's skulls, which he was never doing, he's a cuck. This Peter Parker is essentially the same as the first game, just maybe a little bit more mature, but also not so much because he's dealing with a bunch of the shit. And they're like, oh, he's a completely different character. He's cucked. And they call it cucking because, of course they do, but they call it cucking because other characters were also evolving too. That was their issue.
Understand.
That's always their issue.
Merry Christmas, Leon. Peter Parker equals Spider-Man. Does he now? Because I have been informed of something a bit different as to who Spider-Man is.
Find Peter Parker.
Who the hell are you?
Spider-Man.
Shout out. Thank you so much, Girly. I appreciate you. And shout out to Niat for letting me ape that fucking clip.
They need the main lead white dude to be the best at everything all the time. If there's even a person that even talks down to them, whether that person's right or wrong, they'll be like, see, they're pushing his message. They were upset at Indiana Jones. White guy, whitest white guy you could possibly imagine. Not a race swap, nothing like that. And they're mad that in Indiana Jones, the Great Circle, the female lead talked down to Indy. As if that doesn't happen in every Indiana Jones movie.
Wait. Hold on.
As if that doesn't.
Indiana Jones: The Great Circle is a complete disaster behind the scenes. That so far, Indiana Jones: The Great Circle, girl boss, DEI disaster. Andy Vance, that again, he is an actual fucking grifter. So is that man. So again, I don't know what Smash said on this subject. I actually was on. I hate admitting it. Was on this guy's side, and I defended the way the gal was talking to Indy because again, that is how the women in the movies also talked to Indy. Marion did that shit. What's her name? The Nazi gal from the third one did that shit. No, that's completely normal and in character. And again, as Indiana Jones is amongst my favorite trilogy of films of all time, that and The Evil Dead. So I'm quite familiar. So yeah, I actually did defend that. But yeah, people who were bitching about that they were factually wrong.
I know. You know way more than I do.
Have you seen the Indiana Jones movies out of curiosity?
I did. I've seen the
Elsa.
first.
Thank you, Rabnat. Elsa.
First 3?
Okay, cool. Fourth one isn't bad. Don't let people. It's not good, but it's not bad. It's a very solid C movie.
Is that the one with LaBeouf or
yeah?
LaBeouf? Oh no, thanks. I don't like him. Except in Constantine. Then I kind of laughed when he died.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of the movie for sure. Yes, not Elsa from Frozen. Elsa the Nazi.
Gotcha.
It actually still does sound like Elsa from Frozen, but that's neither here nor there.
Indiana Jones movie. Indy isn't this like crazy toxic male, but they have this idea.
Oh no! Wait a minute.
Of what a man should look like.
He said he's not a crazy toxic male, but by their definition of it, everything, yes, he would be.
I mean, bro, look at that hair. I'm sure that shit alone is toxic.
Yes.
Bro, you walk into a room with that dude and you're like, oh fuck, this place about to get like roaches and mosquitoes and like all sort like that is like that hair is a violation of the Geneva Convention, man.
If you see a mop that looks like that, you set that shit on fire.
Oh yeah, the young indie books were great, Paul. I agree.
In the lead, he's white, he's stoic, and he's tough, and that's it. And no one can ever permeate that aura of toughness. If they do, they're trying to emasculate white men across the board and not trying to show different sides to that. Like, that's such a weird fucking thing to me. Like, you understand if they're only going to show white guys this one way, what they're saying is you're one-dimensional. You're not a human being. I don't know about y'all, but that seems a bit reductive and honestly low-key racist, no? Like, do you only want white people to be seen, white men to be seen as like these emotionless, non-feeling, stoic dudes who are just like...
He is straw manning every single possible argument. Have you ever heard an argument that's what we want white dudes to be in games?
No, never.
Yeah, because it doesn't fucking exist like that. Again, complete and utter straw man. Old ship Kring over at Two Banger. Wait till they switch Nick Fury back to OG Nick. I mean, wouldn't that be fucking funny? Shit, thank you for the two, brother.
It is what it is. And have no character development, no nothing, no hook to them. You want every movie, every game you see a white dude in, he's going to be the same person. No matter the genre, just the same person. He's just going to be a lamp. You can replace him. It wouldn't change anything. Or do you want characters with depth? Like, that's what they don't understand too. When we talk about representation, it's not the checkbox stuff, right? Like, they think that we're okay with, oh yeah, well.
Then explain to me why Sweet Baby Ink exists and why every single character that's been ever worked on by them all runs into the exact same checkbox stuff. Explain to me why the Oscars have a literal checkbox they have to go through for films to be considered for the Oscars. Explain to me why, again, CD Projekt Red has pro-DEI hiring stances that prioritize certain quote-unquote marginalized groups. Like, we can verifiably prove this checkbox culture does exist.
How come the woke have checkboxed every single thing in the PSYOP checklist? Why?
Correct.
Just darken their skin and call it a day. No, we also want to be represented in the full breadth of humanity. If you can have Nathan Drakes who are quippy and, make jokes and make light of things and have like wacky adventures, you can also have like Doomslayer, both still white guys. Why is that not allowed for other people?
Again, it is allowed for other people. And you want to know what most people's biggest, like white, black, male, female, you want to know what most people's biggest fucking criticism is of these black characters in games?
What's that?
That they're not doing that. They're all the same fucking emasculated black dude or overly strong black girl boss.
They all have the modernity fade.
They all got the modernity fade. What was the last fucking like strong, capable, masculine black male in a video game that wasn't Barrett from the Final Fantasy VII remakes?
I'm trying to think. Hold on.
That's the point. You're trying to think.
Black Panther, Marvel Rivals.
All right, well played. Well fucking played. And guess who made Marvel Rivals?
The Chinese.
The fucking Chinese. Catch you later, Paul. Have a good rest of your night, man.
Why are you so against seeing the humanity of people who are queer? People who are
Why are
trans?
You so against humanity? That
why are you so against seeing the humanity of minorities? Why do you only need to have it presented to you in a specific way?
Bingo, bango, bongo. Exactly, owl hooty hoot. Look at Assassin's Creed Shadows. They put in the stereotypical hip hop soundtrack into it at first. Right. You couldn't, if you wanted to go, hey, we're doing this completely natural. We just wanted to tell this Japanese story. This is a Japanese historical figure. Like, let's say we were to take you at your word for all of that. And yet you still threw in the fucking stereotype music. You fucking jokes. Like, yeah, black dudes are a joke to you. And like I'm not one to like get offended on the behalf of other races and whatnot, you know, or other people in general. It's up to them to decide whether they want to be upsetty spaghetti or whatnot. But yeah, I actually do find it to be quite the social problem, quite the problem with modern day storytelling, with characters, with world building and whatnot. If every single fucking black dude is the same emasculated pussy, if every single black strong lammin is the fucking same, or one of two archetypes, if they're not the ultra super strong capable black woman, they're the really shy demure nerdy one that is still somehow always right and better than everybody else in that situation because brains over bronze. Like, you get those two archetypes when it comes to black bitches in video games, and that's it. You get the one archetype when it comes to black dudes. So yeah, who's the one really being cheated out of this shit? It's the black dudes, it's the black women, and it's the white men, because black dudes are written like shit and they hardly exist in a non-emasculated form. Black women are written like shit because they're either, again, the super strong, over the top, no flaws, Mary Sue, or they're the demure, nerdy girl that, is still right all the time. And you've got the white dudes who are getting the shaft because they don't even fucking exist in games anymore. So yeah, needless to say, everybody be getting shafted by these queers that don't know how to do their fucking job.
They will bring up, oh, we love CJ. And like I said 1,000 times, they love CJ because CJ was a gang member. He was presented in a way that was palatable.
Oh, fuck you and the fucking pony you rode in on. We like CJ because he was an interesting fucking character. CJ was cool as shit. It had nothing to do with like glorifying, idolizing, gangbanger with it. Yeah, people love the Grand Theft Auto games because they get. Oh, why do we like Gay Tony? Why did Gay Tony get his own game? Battle of Gay Tony. He's gay? No, he's like he's a cool fucking character. Get the fuck out of here. Like CJ because he was a fucking gangbanger. Yeah, well, guess what? I ain't a fucking eco-obsessed leftist. That's what Barrett is. Yeah, Barrett is an eco-terrorist. Barrett's one of those motherfuckers that he sees the people throwing paint on the Mona Lisa in the Louvre. He would probably agree with that shit because he's an eco-terrorist. Barrett's still a pretty cool fucking character, even if he and I don't politically align. Yeah, fuck him and the Hellcat he rode in on. Exactly.
To them. But if you have a black person who's in the star or one of the members in a fantasy game, let's make mods to make Will white. So your problem isn't his character. Your problem isn't the fact that he got shafted compared to the rest of the cast. Your problem is Will's black. So let's make him white and now you'll play as him.
What's wrong with that?
You don't think that's fucking weird?
You get the other alternative to make those characters black as well.
Right. What about all those Twitter artists that spend all their time fucking taking anime characters and blackifying them, hoodifying them, right?
Or doing that with cosplay.
How many times have we seen fucking black? Oh my god, what's her name? The little sister from Demon Slayer.
Oh, Nezuko.
Yeah, how many times we've seen that same image of Black Nezuko or any of these other anime characters rolling around, Black Bulma, Black Chi-Chi. Like, dude, you see it all the fucking time. And you know what? Do I find it shameful, obnoxious, disgusting? Absolutely. Do I find a mod like that would take the black character, make him white, shameful, disgusting, obnoxious? Yeah, I find it obnoxious and shameful and disgusting on both sides. But at the end of the day, it's celebrated on one fucking side of the aisle.
Yeah. But damn, if you try to white a black person, that's the end of it.
Oh, dude. And you know what, Hypnotic? So, first of all, for those of you listening, he says there's little black Geralt mods, Tifa mods, Aerith mods, Cloud mods, literally everywhere on Nexus mods. And I might get some flack for saying this. The black Cloud mod looked pretty fucking cool. I ain't even gonna front. Now, I don't like Cloud. I've never liked Cloud. I think Cloud is a fucking bitch of a character. I guess he was fine in the original game, but like every subsequent game he's been in, whether it be the movies, whether it be Kingdom Hearts,
he was a grifter.
The remakes, bro, Cloud is such a fucking homo. But would I ever use the Black Cloud mod? No, I think that's shameful they did it, but it does like visually, aesthetically look kind of fucking cool.
I'm taking my gifts back.
To be fair, White Barrett looked cool too, though. White Barrett looked cool as fuck. White Barrett looked like Duke Nukem and Albert Wesker did the fucking fusion dance of Dragon Ball. That shit looked cool.
Oh no, your inner black came out.
This kind of got all over the place, which is typical for a video of mine. But yes, laying point, white supremacy has ruined discourse because it poisons the well. You can't have any true conversation. You can't even engage.
Yeah, you mean the well that Mr. Beast and all of his infinite millions went and dug for you guys in Africa because you couldn't do it yourselves? By the way, this stream is certainly going members only when this episode's done.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, that's actually a good idea.
With mediums in a more analytical sense, because you have these people who are just like, it's woke and bad. That's why. Too many brown people. Or it's like anytime something gets announced on Netflix, like, oh, they're going to make him gay and black. Like, you can't just be like, damn, I'm tired of Netflix having adaptations that either...
I mean, how many times have they taken characters and made them gay and black? Let's just do a quick Google search right now. Let's see. List of Netflix gay black characters. All right, let's see what happens. Netflix features numerous black gay characters, from iconic leads like Eric Ifong in Sex Education to the ensemble of Orange is the New Black, Hussein Suzanne, to prominent figures like Baynard Rustin, highlighting diverse queer black stories in shows like Queer Eye and films like Rustin, showing growth but still need representation for black LGBT. All right, so TV series, Eric Ifong and Cal in Sex Edge, Rhonda Johnson in Blackish, Fab Five, Queer Eye, Ambrose, Chilling Images, Sabrina. Films, Bayard Rustin, Moonlight, one on Netflix original, the Oscar-winning film about a young black gay man's life, is often available and highly acclaimed. The Watermelon Woman, holy shit, I didn't know this is a movie. A landmark film exploring black lesbian identity. It's called The Watermelon Woman. I might need to check this out. Mariah, coming of age story about a black lesbian teenager. Needless to say, yeah, right here. So this is just the Google AI. First thing, BuzzFeed, 21 black queer characters that totally made the films. Let's see, made the films what? Made the films and TV shows they were in. Captain Holt, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Vince, Cruel Summer, Blanca from Pose or Pose. Point is, yeah, the reason people talk about shit being black and gay is because we got a lot of examples of shit being black and gay.
Yeah.
Don't understand the source material, or they are just empty cash grabs, like the Electric State. Electric State completely butchers the source material and the ambiance it was going for, but no one was calling for that to be taken off. But, oh my god,
actually, bullshit. Now, I haven't read the Electric State, so I can't speak to whether it was butchered or not. But as a sci-fi fan who is friends with a lot of other sci-fi fans, I know a lot of folks that have read the Electric State, and they fucking hated this movie. They loathed it. They said the same thing. It butchered the source material. So needless to say, yeah, a lot of people were a bit upset spaghetti about the Electric State.
I've never even heard of this.
But Warner Bros. People are immediately like, oh, well, now Batman's going to be black. Now Superman's going to be black. Like, that's your go-to?
There was literally a black Superman movie in the works with Ta-Nehisi Coates. Yes, that's the go-to because that was a thing, and I think it might actually still be actively in development. It might be in development hell though. Let's see, is the Ta-Nehisi Coates Superman still in development? Yes, the Ta-Nehisi Coates J.J. Abrams' Black Superman film is technically still in development under DC Studios' Elseworlds banner, but with little recent forward movement, though James Gunn confirmed in stats in early 2024 suggesting it's separate from the main DC and could still happen to the script. So the point is, yeah, when people talk about Black Superman, it's because that was a project that was literally announced.
Oh my gosh. Stop stealing things. Black people, come on.
They reap what they sow. Don't you mean they reap what they pick? Cotton in this instance. When you push shit nonstop and don't know how to be subtle or slow about it, eventually people catch on quick and get sick of it. Years ago don't matter. People are sick now. Oh, trust me, these motherfuckers are certainly sick.
You're just racist? You create these fandoms in your head and get mad and get on the internet.
That's what you're doing.
Right? This is a 25-minute video of my hurt feelings as a fucking woke black beta bitch boy. Like it's again, it's kind of amazing. It's art. I'm loving it. But holy fuck, man. We're gonna react to a Trace's video next, but we ain't got the time. After this is wrapped up, we gotta end the stream. So let's keep going.
It's like every Andy Pants video thumbnail, which is they're gonna be gay, black, and disabled and trans. Okay, wait. So when I want to get like a decent thumbnail,
hold on, was that saying from him? No, that's our saying, by the way. I literally say that all the time. He's taking, he's taking our talking points and trying to turn them around. He's such a. I'm telling you, dude, this dude has used multiple of SNH crew members' thumbnails throughout this fucking video. He is 100% a fan.
I want to know if he's accidentally been a member before.
I have to click on a link. So I click on this link, and to highlight the point I'm making about how, he always puts like gay, black, and trans or whatever in his thumbnails for certain videos. I click on this video and look what the first thing that pops up.
Do you guys remember this video I made?
So this is what this is what the thumbnail was for that video he made 10 months ago, right? Look at the thumbnail now of his video with this video, the new Call of Duty's Unbelievably Cringe. Look at the.
Oh no, he's doing consistent thumbnails in the YouTube algorithm, which is like what you're supposed to do. What a shock. Like, what sort of W does he think this is?
Thumbnail.
You got nothing?
I did. I did, but I do not now.
It's, oh man, it's, thank you for being so predictable. Because
no,
those are the scariest things.
For being so predictable.
Them being different. That's the scariest thing. Oh, they're ruining their favorite character. They're your favorite character because they're white? That's crazy. Peter Parker is my favorite character in fiction. Peter Parker sure as hell not black.
I'm very, very worried about this motherfucker's media literacy. Then, if that be the case, because if Peter Parker is his favorite character in fiction, he doesn't think that, and he thinks they handled him just fine in Spider-Man 2. Yeah, dude clearly doesn't understand Spider-Man. You know why the thumbnail police so much is because they look at the thumbnail and title and make up their entire thought about it without watching the video. They window shop and get mad about it for fucking real. That, I mean, at the end of the day, that's 100% what it is. I mean, and has this happened to you yet, Cindy? Because it happens to Hypno all the time, happens to me all the time. Have you gotten comments in your videos, under your videos, that like because of your thumbnail, they assume what you're going to say and they write this long fucking diatribe about how you're wrong, and when really it's like, yeah, I mentioned this in like the first 30 seconds, you'd know if you'd actually watched the video.
I have not, thankfully.
Oh, you'll get there at some point. Trust me, it's fucking great. Like,
oh, for sure.
I'll have videos about, I mean, just insert any topic here. Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, whatnot. I could be making a statement about, Black Aragorn, and they'll be like, well, that, there are actually black people in the Lord of the Rings, and it wasn't all white and Eurocentric. I was like, well, yeah, I mentioned the Harad people within the first 60 seconds of the video. Thanks for, pointing out that you didn't watch the fucking video. Like
him because he's not black or because he's white. I like the character. You can like characters. It's just it's so reductive to live in this existence where
homie is ending this video talking about what's reductive when he just did the most reductive assessment of any critical argument of this what the quote-unquote anti-woke side talks about in terms of media. Strawmanned every possible point, didn't actually show any examples of anything that these creators said in their videos, only threw up thumbnails like Hypno was saying. Like, do you want to talk about reductive when that might be my favorite part of the video so far. Like, that's fucking rich. Speaking of rich, old Jim Kringle for a 2-banger. How much to skip the rest of this BS? Now we here for the long haul, motherfucker. We got 3 minutes left. We here for the long haul.
Just because of the color of your skin or your orientation,
that's what you've been arguing about this whole time, you idiot.
Or success are represented in any way, It's some sort of affirmative action. It's some sort of
Okay,
you could.
no, that's not fair. He looked at the tip of the iceberg and determined it goes 500 yards underwater with no proof of it whatsoever. That would imply the black dude got to swim. And we know that ain't going to happen. Like,
You
he
mean
ain't gonna
do
get
actual
water.
research?
And get it on your own. And it's never like, damn, we put a lot of barriers in your way. Damn, we made it so that people who look like you have it way fucking harder. And yet, here you are, and we're trying to make amends for that. It's never that. It's never onus, because white supremacy, again, is fragile. It cannot self-reflect. It, in fact, goes out of its way to make sure that the mirror is always pointed towards everyone else and never to them. And that's why this shit's annoying. And that is why I'm so glad I'm seeing other creators, like I said before, bigger creators addressing this anti-woke grifting bull.
You know, Leon, I will give you shit for having a greasy mop hanging off your head, but this dude's smuggling tarantulas with palsy on his head. Can't take him seriously without a haircut. Dude, like I said, his shit violates the Geneva Convention. Yeah, fragile, but if someone called him the N-word, homie's entire dude, someone called him the N-word, he would like it'd be like that episode of the Boondocks where the teacher, says the N-word to Riley, and like Riley and Grandpa, make a whole production out of it, and they get that fucking reverend lawyer and they try and like sue the school for millions and whatnot. Like it would be this dude's life story if that happened. If someone called him the N-word.
Bullshit.
I wish they would.
That's just the biggest like symptom of it is this anti-woke grifting shit. You see it so much here. And it makes me happy that people are like, we actually hate this shit, because you're constantly bitching. You're constantly bitching, even though you've won, right? Trump is in office, wokeness is dead and whatever, you're still upset and mad. You're making videos.
Right. Maybe folk are still, upset and mad because from the jump, ever since the OG Gamergate back in 2014, for those of you that were there, this shit has been constant because we actually care about the quality of the games. And this has nothing. Well, I wouldn't say it has nothing to do with like quote wokeness or whatnot, but games that don't have any ideological factor to them whatsoever still get criticized because there's shit to criticize in the fucking gaming industry. And when shit comes out that doesn't, have anything to criticize about it, like let's say Expedition 33 or Megabonk or Schedule 1 or Ball Pit, insert myriad of fucking games here. We celebrate that shit. We celebrate the dubs and we laugh at the L's. Like the idea that it's always inherently political is another massive, and this one is very obvious, misrepresentation of the arguments we make. Because let me tell you, I've criticized many a Sonic the Hedgehog video game or whatnot. Sonic being one of my favorite series of all time, right? Second favorite series after Resident Evil. Many a Sonic game I've criticized because they deserve fucking criticism regardless of any sort of political affiliation. I even said a damned Resident Evil 9. I've been heavily critical of Resident Evil 9 so far. At no point, look through my entire catalog with us talking about Resident Evil 9 in the entire since it's been announced in like February or July or whatever it was. Never once did I criticize the idea of, oh, Grace is the main character. She's a woman. Resident Evil has had fucking female playable characters since the very beginning of the franchise. That would be a retarded criticism. Now, I have criticized the idea that it's the daughter of a side character that nobody gives a fuck about and most people didn't know. I preferred maybe Jill or Rebecca, something like that. But like, so yeah, again, yeah, we can criticize this shit because we actually care about the quality of the games, not the political aspect. It just so happens those two are tied together often.
About someone eating popcorn.
You're
not addressing the materialities of anything. You're not talking about their harmful rhetoric. You're just gone, this person's woke, and therefore their arguments are not worth engaging with. I've gotten that thrown at me, and I'm like, I've engaged in the anti-woke argument. I know the argumentation.
You haven't.
It's easy to defeat.
Yeah, he hasn't whatsoever. Yeah, he hasn't engaged in the anti-woke argument whatsoever. And like, part of me would want to destroy this dude because I would feel so much satisfaction. Like I would debate this dude and I would get so much satisfaction out of just destroying his arguments and his straw mans. But there would be there's no end game in it for me. There's no win con. Like, what would debating this dude and destroying him do in the long run? Nothing. He's irrelevant. His videos will be irrelevant. His opinions will be irrelevant. The gaming landscape is shifting. We're witnessing the gaming landscape shift right now. Expedition 33 is proof of that. The rise of the indie scene is proof of that. The thousands upon thousands, I believe we're at like 32,000 layoffs in the last 2 years or whatever, are proof of that. The 32,000-ish layoffs, by the way, that are only happening in the West, not happening in the East, is proof of that. So, like, yeah, what would there to actually be to gain aside from some, clicks on a stream and some super chats if it was to like debate this dude?
I mean, it would be interesting, but then you'd also get like a lot of flack and you'd be an instantophobe.
Have I ever given a fuck about
No.
flack?
Like, I mean, like, because that's still, as Asmongold likes to put it, that's still content.
It's still, and you know what? Maybe that's the reason to do it, because my God, it would be content. But yeah, I think it'd be funny. Although I'd want to do it like an actual sanctioned debate, just not like two people just getting on there and arguing with each other. By the way, that's a mistake that Smash makes as well. And he does like debates with people. No, if you're going to do a debate, you bring on a moderator, you prep opening statements, you have what your dialogue positions are going to be ahead of time. Like, hey, we each get 2-minute speaking times, or we have 10-minute opening statements, then we have cross-acts. Like, if Smash want to keep debating motherfuckers, he needs to actually learn how to fucking debate, like from a literal sanctioned position, because otherwise, motherfucker gonna keep getting steamrolled. Randall is Xana coming in. Randall has the gifted Words of Paradise membership. Shout out, you absolute fucking legend. Truly appreciate you, homie.
And a friendly reminder, fuck you, Leon.
Also, hail to the Raiders.
Oh, did we just get a raid?
Yes, we did. From Sevi.
Hey, Sevi, right, man, we had a blast with Sevi on New Black Street earlier. That was fun. Me and Sevi had a good old time with New Black Street earlier. Let's see. Leon, you fail with no propaganda position, in my opinion. Wait, you fail with the no propaganda. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm gonna need you to elaborate what you think my position is on propaganda. But yo, shout out Sevi. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Master Goal with a 5-banger. Thank you for taking one for the team. Why do all the haters cream white? All right, Cindy, translation.
I don't know. I've been puzzling over that. I was gonna actually ask you. That's too many euphemisms. Like, or how do you call it? Like, there's too many emojis, so I don't know the joke. Milk.
Either way,
cream?
man, shout out. Thank you for the 5-banger. I truly appreciate it. Fuck.
Wait, haters milk cream pie white? I don't know.
Do all haters cream pie white? Yeah, man. I don't know. I apologize. I appreciate the 5. Thank you so much, but I don't know what you're trying to say there. Hypno caught me in 4K. Read that, Cindy.
Weird. Leon just admitted him and Sevi had some fun with a couple of black guys. Odd thing to admit, but go for it, King. I don't feel that helps your cause.
Shut the fuck up. We're hitting play.
Guys don't care. You want to be mad and just say, but the world's against me. No, it's not. Oh, I can't be white. Yes, you can be. But you also shouldn't be tying your identity to a fucking video game character. I'm sorry. They're not real.
Correct. They're not real. So why does it matter if we want sexy, attractive white female characters, strong white male characters, if they're not real?
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. Ironic.
Like, they're not real. If you're mad, if you're legitimately mad because Lara Croft's bust is not as big as it used to be in the 1990s, you need to get help.
So why are you mad that she's attractive?
And again, this is all these folks can do. It is such a lazy, boring tactic, which is not only strawman the argument and misconstrue the argument, but then boil it down to our version, our mentality, our morals are so superior that, you know what, you just need to get help. I don't even need to justify my position with any sort of proper ontological argument because you are so far beneath us. It is so lazy. So your identity should not be tied to a fake gaming character. Why is representation so important? You told me it's important for the people to see themselves and be represented for their identities. I mean, I'm not even sure what identity this guy has. I don't know what video game character could
a crack
map
house
his
mop.
identity onto this. What?
A crack house mop.
Nah, dude, this dude looked way too fucking soft to be in a crack house. This dude looked like the dude that want to go to the crack house, but even all the other blacks are like, oh, homie, go home and play with your Switch. Play with your Switch too. Like, you ain't ready for the streets.
If your first thought when you hear Blake is being adapted is, I hope they don't make anyone black, or I hope there's no black people in leads, or I hope there's not too many black people in it, you need help. Like you need actual help. If you're looking at a game trailer and you're analyzing the background, not because you're a fucking nerd and want to get clues about what the game is about, but because you saw a brown.
Yeah, when and here's saying the irony of saying you shouldn't tie your identity to a video game character while championing defending games built on identity politics. God, I hate this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have said it better myself, brother. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Brown person, and you're like, well, this is in medieval England. How could that happen? You need help. White supremacy is ruining you.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is long enough.
I mean, frankly, I don't know how he could even make this video when there's a literal genocide going on in Palestine.
Yeah, I thought they were queer for Palestine. Go fight your cause. Go away.
Yeah, exactly. It just seems so. If he wants to throw out arguments that hold no water and have literally nothing to do with what we're being talking about, misrepresent points, then yeah, there's a genocide going on. How could you dare make a video about this right now?
Like I said, though, I'm so glad that people are finally just getting sick of this shit. It's awesome, honestly. But if you haven't, go watch the Tony video.
Oh no, I will not.
Maybe watch some of my grifter playlist video. It's there.
If you play another one of his videos, I'm gonna start demanding payment.
Yeah, no. I ain't ever watched another one of this dude's videos again. Like I said, I saw LG covering it earlier, and I thought, you know what? Like I said earlier, this is how I properly colonize. I see a black man covering a video, I'm gonna steal that video and cover it for myself on stream.
You let him pick the cotton, and you get credit for it.
Exactly. But yeah, that took a whole ass 2 hours to cover that 25-minute video. And frankly, there were other times I wanted to pause it and add more, but like this would have turned. We could have done probably a 4 or 5 hour stream on this video alone, but I'm not gonna do it. We can't do it. Like, goddamn. But that being said, I think it's about time that we get on up out of this bitch. We've been going for 2 hours, and like I said, I'm feeling incredibly under the weather. My throat's all sore and shit, and I want to make sure that I'm in good health for Saturday Night Hypnosis tomorrow, as well as the analog horror stream that we'll be doing afterwards. So, Cinny, tell the people who you are, what you do, what you got going on, the whole 9 yards.
Hey guys, I'm Cinevere. I'm on all platforms as Cinevere. I stream every Monday and Tuesday at 11:50 p.m. CST, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. CST, I can spec it. But my schedule will be changing next year. I'll be streaming 4 times a week instead of 3, and they will all be late night. So yeah,
nice.
What's going on?
Yep. As for me, usually new videos every day and streams every day. I don't know if we're gonna have a video out tomorrow, but I mean, I've released several throughout the course of this week. So if you ain't seen those, just check out the backlog. It'll depend on how my voice is feeling tomorrow if I get a video out, because I do want to do a reaction to Trace's video about another, again, straight white men don't want to see minorities in video games, Sweet Baby Inc. Like, it'd be a very similar topic to this one, but it had to do with different people making different commentary. I'd like to get a reaction out to that. But we'll see how tomorrow goes. However, I will be on SNH tomorrow. We'll be doing the analog horror stream. And then, yeah, videos and streams every day. Beyond that, dude, to everybody that donated, I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that we're not doing the regular tier 1 and inviting everybody on today and whatnot, but it's almost 2 a.m. my time, and I've had very, very little sleep ever since all the Christmas festivities. I need to just to get a little bit of a refresher. So you guys are absolute legends. Couldn't do this without you. My heart goes out to you. And until let's see if anyone's streaming. See if we're gonna raid into anybody because we don't normally end this early. So we might have some people streaming. Let's see.
We also got a super chat from Eric.
Excellent. If you want to take care of that while I figure out who's raiding, who we're gonna raid, that would be awesome.
He says throat hurts, huh? After MBS stream.
All right, find a clip to insult that motherfucker.
Okay, hold on. Where is it? Media ass. There we go. Do 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 do. No, we already did that one. Oh my gosh.
All right, so I know Cassie is streaming, but we rarely get to raid Melee games. So I'm setting up the raid for Melee games. I love Melee K, love Melee James. They're my boy and girl. So you know what? Yeah, we're raiding into Melee games. I want y'all to stick around. I want to give them an awesome, explosive Vital Idol raid. You tell them in the comments, Vital Idol raid. Cindy, did you get a clip from my boy there?
I did. Ready?
Let's do it.
It just
all right, that works. All right, crew. We out of like 4 circles. We will see you on the flip flop. And until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. And this has been Words of Paradise.